afternoon, everyone. I hope you've had the most amazing day. I know I certainly have. As Bob said, my name's Natalie Valenti. It's an absolute honour to be asked to be here to speak to you about my favourite part still of the business, which is retailing and customer care. As a Sapphire manager, I still make it my goal and my job description to retail at least 10 case credits of our products every single month, because that's exactly what I did as an assistant supervisor. An assistant supervisor and Sapphire manager, the only thing that's different is the title and the income. The activities are exactly the same. So if I look back to 3.5 years ago when I started my business, all I'm doing is the same thing, I just get paid a lot more money for it, which is absolutely amazing. So Adam explained beautifully this morning that we are encouraged to retail the products. We're not just a recruitment company. And as we move up the marketing plan, obviously things have to get bigger and better. So why not, as a manager, why not retail 10 case credits of product? It's just an absolute no-brainer for me. So I am here today to talk to you about my 5 best ways of retailing the products. And it's funny, actually, I didn't realize until today that my 5 favorite ways of retailing the products have nothing to do with social media or being online. There's been a running theme throughout the day, hasn't there, as getting back to basics, actually learning the skills of being a networker. You know, it's not a secret service. Something that I did when I first started was I started to hide a little bit behind my laptop. I know a lot of people who come into the business set up a Facebook page, for example, and then quit within 6 or 7 weeks because they haven't sold anything. Who can relate to that? You don't sell things on Facebook, that's not your job. And it's a shame when people come in that they think that that is their job. So don't be in the secret service. Please don't hide behind your laptop or your social media. Get out there and actually speak to people. And retailing will become something that is really, really good fun. If you're retailing part of your business at the moment isn't fun, it just means you're not doing it right, or maybe you're just not doing enough of it. Now, one thing I want to tell you that I told myself when I first started my business, and something that I think is hugely important, and I hope that you take it away with you today, is that you are in control of your income with Forever. You can earn money every single day by retailing our products. Now, when I first started, I was a yoga teacher. I was skint. I hated to say the word at the time, and I would never admit it, but we were really struggling for money. So something that I made sure I'd done every single day was talk about the products and retailed the products. Now, sometimes that would only mean I had £10 in my pocket for the day, but that £10 could have been my petrol money for the day. So never, ever underestimate the power of what you have in your hands. How many people have been in a job before where your boss had said to you, you can earn anything that you like? Nobody. It doesn't happen that way, but please take away that you're in control of your business. It's entirely up to you. It's nothing to do with your upline, your downline, sideline. It's you that's in control. So a few things to understand before we actually go into having a look at the ways of retailing. Again, this is all stuff that's been explained throughout the day, but why we are not on the high street. Now, a lot of people said to me in the beginning, if your products are so good, why can I not get them in Boots? Why can I not get them in, the supermarket? And at first I used to think, well, actually, I don't really know that. Why can't we get them there? And the reason for that is that we are the business of direct sales. Therefore, it's our job really to go out there, reach out to people, build relationships with our customers, and then, as I said earlier on, we're very handsomely paid for that. If our products were in shops, we would just be like everybody else. So it's a really, really good thing that we're not in the high street. Please understand that. Now, Adam also mentioned earlier on how many people have had a bad experience with customer service. Pretty much everybody put their hands up. It's not an enjoyable experience, is it, to leave a shop or a coffee shop or something like that and think, they were horrible. All of their bad energy then goes on to you, and it could potentially ruin your day. So I always think as customer service or customer care is really try and make a difference to someone's day. Even just by smiling, sometimes you can be the light at the end of someone's tunnel. You don't know what type of day someone is having. So your customer service is everything. It's absolutely vital because your customers are absolutely vital. Please never ever take these people for granted. Another thing to understand is your brand. So of course we work under the umbrella of Forever Living Products, but your brand is yourself. So never ever change who you are. When I first got started and got to manager, I thought I had to wear really sensible, businessy type clothes. And then I realized, I was kind of holding myself back. I like to wear kind of hippie clothes and just be myself. And that's now what I've just started to do. And that's then what you attract back into your business is people who are just like you. Also, when you're thinking about your brand, is make sure that you are a constant in people's lives. So you've heard this all day. Be consistent. And as Louise said, what that does is it makes people trust you. And if people trust you, they're going to come back and they're going to refer you on to other people. Finding your niche is very important. So what do I mean by that? What I mean is don't try to be an aloe vera expert. I'm not an aloe vera expert. You guys don't have to be either. So find 5 or 10 top products that you can really use yourself, you can really understand, and you can speak about passionately with confidence. Sometimes people come in and they try to understand everything, and read the ingredients of everything and research, which is great, but actually there's no income with that. Now, when I started my business as a yoga teacher, it cost me £3,000 just to do the year's training, and I earned about £800 a month when I was working full-time. When I started my business with Forever, I paid £199.75, the same as you guys, and I broke even in 5 days. And that's when I knew that there was something in this business. Everything after the 5th day was basically money in my pocket. And I think it's really important that we, as the leaders, and you guys as the leaders, even if you've only got one person in your team, is to make sure that people are making money, because when they make the money, then they stay in your business and everybody's happy. Now, retailing strategies, every retailer will have a strategy. So think about a clothes shop, for example. They're not trying to sell you fur coats in summer, and the opposite. So think about what you have on your hands in terms of products and where they fit into the calendar year. And also have a look at what's coming up in the calendar. So we've just had Valentine's Day, we've got Mother's Day, all of these different things, Easter. Why not try and give unique gifts? That is basically what we have. We can make things look however we like. So it's really important to understand and strategize your retailing throughout the year. Another thing that I really want you to understand as a retailer is your RRP, so your recommended retail price. That price is there because the products are extremely high quality. I know that you can buy cheaper aloe vera products, I've seen them, but they are cheaper for a reason. So never ever undersell the products if you can. Of course, if you've got regular customers or your mum and dad and you want to give them a discount, of course you're going to do that. But with your customers, if you're undercutting yourself, you're losing money, but you're also undercutting everybody else. So I would say I always try and keep to the RRP wherever I can because the products are definitely worth it. Now, you've seen this slide. I'm sure it's one of our business presentation slides. And as I said, there's been lots of repetition today. We've heard about the marketplace potential. This is a much simpler slide to understand. Now, our turnover in the UK last year was over £100 million. But just look at what was spent on vitamins and supplements last year alone. So our whole entire product range didn't even scratch the surface of one of these market potentials here. Look at how much people are spending on the beauty products and sports and nutrition, set to be the next $1 trillion industry. So when Bob is saying to you that we're not scratching the surface, he's not joking. We literally haven't. We've got so much work to do. So please be proud of the products, go out there and speak about them all the time, and it does get easier. Hopefully, like public speaking, it gets easier each time you do it. Now, Emma spoke to us earlier on about building your who do you know list, which has been, of course, it's the most important part when you first start your business. What I also have in my who do you know list is a list of local businesses where I can find these people. So where are you going to find people who like and use beauty products? You're going to find them in beauty salons, nail salons, hair salons. Why on earth would you not have these people in your who do you know list? And the same goes for all of our markets. So we've got essential oils, we've got home care, animals. Where are you going to find people who love animals? It's so easy to find it, but sometimes we just overcomplicate things ourselves. So these are in a particular order. This is my number one favorite way of retailing products consistently. I've been here and spoke to you guys about this before. Nothing's changed, it's still exactly my same way. But what I've noticed over the last 3.5 years since I've been within Forever is that the product parties have been coming less and less regular. And why is that? You know, yes, online launches are absolutely fantastic. Some of my own team have had huge success with online launches. I've never actually done one myself because I'm just not very good with things like that. I'd much rather get in front of people. So your product parties should never, ever be a chore. If you're seeing this activity as a chore, then again, you have to really change your attitude on it. This is a traditional way of direct sales. Why on earth would we cut it out of our, business cycle? Now, what I do is I make myself income-producing activity list daily, weekly, and monthly of things that I commit to do at those times. So I commit to do one product party per month at home. Now, I've been doing this for 3.5 years. It's definitely got me to where I am with my business. It means that I can retail up to 10 case credits per month, but I can't keep inviting the same people all of the time. So you guys might be in the same position. So what I've started to do about 6 months ago was think, how am I going to find new ways of doing these product parties? So what I've started to do now is hook up with other local businesses. So they're going to bring their network, I'm going to bring mine, and then it basically doubles my network. So for example, last Friday I had a product party at home with a girl who I've met who isn't interested in Forever yet, but she makes her own soy-based candles at home, and they're beautiful. So she came to mine, she brought her candles, she brought some of her clients, and we done a thing together. The month before, I got my friend involved who makes her own raw chocolate and raw sweets. Amazing. What I don't tend to do is hook up with other MLL companies. I don't hook up with other companies who sell products similar to us. So you see where I'm going this. We're not going to do two kind of beauty products together because I want to sell mine. But there's always someone else out there whose network you can kind of key into as well. So try and think out of the box with these. If you are new, what I encourage my new people to do is make sure they have 2 product launches in their first month. What I try and get them to do is one in the evening and one in the afternoon. Purely because you're going to find different people that don't want to come out in the evening. Some people are happy to come in the afternoon. So you might have an afternoon tea, say on a Sunday, and you might have one on a Friday evening. Always invite people to both so that they then get the option of which one to come to. What I also make sure I do when I invite people along is I give them a start and an end time. And again, this has just been through trial and error. So a lot of people don't want to come if it says 7:30 start, because they think, I'm going to be stuck there all night, with people that I don't know, and I'm going to be made to buy all this stuff. When actually, if it's just 7 till 9, I tell them that there's nibbles and some Prosecco involved. They know then that they're free. They can leave at a certain time, which is great. Obviously, sometimes you can't get rid of them, which is absolutely fine as well. Now, I've made this a really simple process for myself and for my team. I use these little things, just cue cards, and I basically stand up with the products. Usually, I just use the products that are in the business owner's box, because obviously I want to speak to people about the business once I'm there again. So again, it's just networking. That's your job, is to speak to people, and this is such a great way of doing it. And if people can see how easy it is to host these parties, that they don't have to be an aloe vera expert, then they're much more likely to come on board. One thing I do is I also give them a little goodie bag at the end. I used to give the goodie bags out at the start, and then I found that people would say, oh, thanks, I'll try the samples, and then I'll get back to you. So now I wait till the end until they've spent the money, and then I'll say, here's a little goodie bag of samples, and then it kind of leads them on to other products as well. So if you haven't done your first product launch yet, don't worry about it. It doesn't have to be a big all-singing, all-dancing event. Just be proud of the products that you represent, be proud of the company, and you'll never, ever go wrong with your parties. Just enjoy them. Now, last September, when I spoke in Greece, I was doing, again, a retail slot. And when I came off stage, Angela Lochran gave me some great advice. She said, Nat, in Europe, we don't talk about pup boxes or pup packs. They call them experience packs. And I thought, oh, right, that's great. I'll remember that. But actually, it really, really stuck. An experience pack. It's a memory maker. So what would you guys like your clients to experience, and how would you like to be remembered? So you can be extremely creative. Again, you can see on the board behind me some of the titles that you could give your experience packs. I did say in Greece that I always use mine with a little aloe tea bag, some Ferrero Rocher, and a magazine, a company magazine. Because if I was having a pamper night at home with a face mask, I would want to have a cup of tea, some chocolate, and a magazine to read. So always think about the experience that you're providing to people. Again, you can see different ways of doing it here. You can put them in baskets. Some of the girls in our team and some of the guys in the team prefer to use these little pencil cases, and these are fantastic to have in your car. So it means when you're out and about and you're listening, which is what a networker does, you might hear someone saying, I can't sleep. I'm struggling to get to sleep, or my teenager has the most horrendous skin and she's really upset about it. I would say, I hope you don't mind me eavesdropping. I've got something in my car that would be absolutely fantastic for that. And because they've got the little zips on them, they don't kind of spill all over the car. So again, just be creative with your pup packs or your experience packs. Get good at listening to people. Some people in my team say, Nat, I really struggle to get these experience packs out to people. How do you get so many out? Because I get about 4 out a week. What I've done is I've led with the business. So as Louise said earlier on, everyone that says no to me, I say thank you so much for getting back to me. I know the business isn't for everybody, however the products are. Send me your address and I'll send you a little experience pack as a thank you. So if you're leading with the business, you can always follow with the products, which is great. So referrals, I'll let you read this up here. The highest honor from a professional is a client referral, and it's so true. Word of mouth is absolutely everything in any industry that you're in. Your customer service, your customer care, whatever you want to call it, is absolutely vital. One way of getting referrals, well, it's my only way of getting referrals, actually. I think it was Andy Waring who said it, is who else do you know who might benefit from these products? Just one simple line. I don't say, do you know anyone who might benefit from the products? Because it gives them the invitation to say no. I say, who do you know who might benefit from the products? And they can always think of someone. Nothing influences people more than a recommendation from a trusted friend. So it's that word again, your trust, your integrity in business is absolutely everything. There's a quote that I love. I don't even know if it is a quote, but it's just be a nice person. Everywhere you go, just be nice, talk to everyone, forget whether they're going to join your business or not, because you never know what's going to come from that. So pop-ups. Pop-ups are something that kind of came about by accident, by myself. Because I'm a yoga teacher, I go to as many yoga classes as I can now because I get to enjoy it more. And I also am big into health and fitness. So I went to a local yoga class about 1.5 years ago, and as they were coming out of the class, we all got a little shot of coconut water. Now, the hot yoga studio that was in sells that coconut water, and I thought to myself, I wonder if I come tomorrow, if they would let me just kind of stand with a tray and a smile and give everyone a little shot of aloe vera as they came out. So this has now become something that's huge in our team. It's much easier to do than a tabletop. It's much cheaper. It's much quicker. So if any of you guys are into sports and fitness, even if you're not, I've done this at my PTA, my parent teacher association meetings. I've done it at toddler groups. First thing you would have to do, of course, is just to ask permission to the owner. Would you mind if I come and catch everybody on their way out and just give them a little try of my aloe vera? Now, what is really good about this is that you're not selling anything. You don't physically have anything to sell. You have a little tray with either algae. You've got your shakes made up. You could do it with aloe vera, any type of the aloe vera. What I also do is cut up some fruit so that they can take the shot. If they don't like it, I can offer them straight away into a strawberry or an orange, and it just works. So as Jane said, forget about the outcome. This is always just about doing your job. The pop-ups are really great because they're creating brand awareness. So how many times can you show people what it is that you do? I don't mind being called the Aloe Lady. I really don't. I actually quite like it. Because that's your brand, why not? So this is me leaving home last week on a rainy day, as always, in Glasgow. And this has been something, again, that I have done for years. Has anybody in the room got at home a box, so a product pack of some sort, a Clean 9, a Vital 5, F15? So pretty much everybody. For those of you who don't, can you buy one in the next week or so, or the next couple of weeks? Good. So what I want you to do is take that box everywhere. Make that box your BFF, your best friend. I heard this years ago from Jane Leach, and I thought, there's no way that I'm carrying that box around. Absolutely not. Now, it can't be an empty box. It has to be full, because the idea is that wherever you go, people are going to ask you, what's in the box? And they absolutely do. So my youngest child, Rosa, hates this idea. She's like, Mum, just pick me up from school without the box. You know, everybody knows. And I'm like, no, we need the box, Rosa. It's good. So I can get round it because people see me with it all the time and they think it's the same box. It is the same box. But I say to them, no, this is a different one. I'm dropping it off to one of my clients, to one of my friends. I take it when I get my hair cut. I'm not joking. I take it when I get my nails done. I take it to the bank. I sit it up on the desk. I put my bag on the floor, get my bank card out, and by the time I've stood up, the teller will say, what's in the box? And I'm like, let me show you. So this is just an easy way of creating brand awareness. Now, because we get into the business so easily with £200, sometimes we don't do things like this, but imagine you had spent £200,000 to build your business. I can guarantee that whatever your product was, you would literally carry it around and have it in front of people. And that is your job, is to create brand awareness. It also really creates belief in the product for me, because a lot of people will stop me and go, oh, that's the C9, my friend done that, she loved it. Of course, always have your business cards on you. If you don't have business cards, which sometimes I get caught out, I say to them, listen, I've left my card at home. Are you on Facebook? I can add you into my group. You'll absolutely love it, into our fit group. So it really does create brand awareness and also belief in the products too. So I know that you guys probably know this. If you don't, take a picture of it, and please be aware of how much money you can actually make as an FBO. You don't have to be a Sapphire or whatever type of manager to make a huge amount of money. You can earn whatever you like. It's just based on how much work are you willing to put in. So for me, I think as a manager, yes, I could earn 435 by doing 4 case credits, but why not double that? So it's entirely up to you. So this is my last slide. Thank you so much for having me. This is my business mantra, and my mantra in general is focus on service. Now this goes throughout your whole entire business career. When it comes to dealing with team members, focus on service. It's not about you, it's about them. Think about what Louise said earlier on when you're going into your one-to-one meetings. Focus on the service. What can you give to these people that's going to add value? When you're doing everything in life, focus on the service. What I always think before I come on stage is, if you get nervous, focus on service. It's not about me, it's about offering something to you guys. So thank you so much. Have an amazing day. You can earn whatever you like. I hope that you've got something out of that, and enjoy the rest of your day, guys.